Is that Zuckerberg, bro? Tell me this doesn't look like Zuckerberg's sleep paralysis demon, bro. You going on Facebook? Tickle, tickle. Reapers, what's is good? It's your boy Laser. He's back with another scary reaction video. He's on the scary content. So continue to laugh. He has reacting to top 10 scary people only seen in dreams. Guys, there's so many cursed ass things we see in our dreams. Terrifying. If you enjoy the scary content, he's more scary reviews like the features. Hit the like button. You subscribe to the notification bell icon. I'll stream every night on Twitch. Go check out the streams, fucking amazing. Let's dive straight into this video.
What's up, Top 10 fam? Hope you're having an awesome day. I'm your host, 𝐴𝐻, and welcome back to another video. Now, when I was young, I used to have quite a few bad dreams about actual scary figures and people, but these days, I feel like the worst of my dreams is like someone I love dying in my dream, in which case, I usually end up waking up crying my eyes out. Don't lie, guys, we can all relate, I know we can. But anyway, there are two major cons about dreams. Number one, we don't control them, and number two, we can't stop them. And with that being said, these are the top 10 scary people only seen in dreams. Starting us off with number 10 is Thanksgiving turkey. User Mash Skulls shared that about a month ago they had sleep paralysis. One morning they started hearing this distorted, deep, unfamiliar voice. They started hearing more than one voice and tried to move or wake up, but they couldn't. And this is where it gets really freaking screwed up. The user saw a bunch of faceless men with razor sharp
Oh my god. Look at those teeth.
teeth coming towards them, grinding their teeth as they went. They were whispering food, food, food over and over again, and were legit holding
Fucking shark teeth, bro.
Knives and forks. Now imagine being unable to control or move your body as these cannibal creatures just coming towards you. Now they surrounded the user, climbed on top of them, and then carved them like a turkey. It gets graphic. They tore the user limb from limb. They went headfirst into the rest of their body like a bunch of starving hyenas. The user watched them take her own finger bones and use them as toothpicks. Can you even, I don't even want to imagine this. The user literally had to listen to Beethoven for 3 hours after the dream just to get the image of being eaten alive out of their head. And honestly, I don't even know what I would do in that position. Probably not Beethoven, maybe Mozart. Coming in at number 9 are the cats. I will shamelessly try and include cats in every video if I can. I don't even care. I don't even care.
Meow! I love cats.
If it's relevant. Anyway, this story comes from Redditor Gabe a Sky, who said they recently had a dream they were in an apartment with a few cats. That's just my dream. I mean, that's my life actually. Anyway, everything seems
The cat looks like he fucking, never mind.
pretty normal and very real until one of the cats literally up and jumped out of the balcony. The person was a bit wary, so they sat in the kitchen just to collect their thoughts. Then one of the cats just sits next to them on a different chair, except the user just can't look at the cat. It felt like looking at the sun. The cat wasn't even bright, but they just couldn't look at it. Out of the periphery of their vision, they realized the cat was morphing into something else entirely. This menacing creature with a disturbed
So they're gonna show all these mean cats, but not the grumpy cat. Like that's like the one cat that looks. He's not even terrifying. He's just fucking. I can't do the face. Yeah.
face. It morphed into some humanoid creature, and the user couldn't see its body, but its face was pale and square and had no features whatsoever except 2 eyes. The user immediately feels like the whole world is just closing in on them, and they wake up, but the creature is still there, getting closer. Realizing they're not actually awake yet, they somehow willed their unconscious body to fall off the bed in order to actually wake up. They ended up blacking out after they fell off the bed and refused to sleep alone for 4 days. Honestly, this is very impressive that they willed themselves to wake up when they were asleep. I feel like I wouldn't even know how to do that. At number 8, we have the woman. Honestly, I feel like everyone can somehow relate to this story, and I'll tell you why after. So this person shared one of the most terrifying dreams and said they actually suffer from really bad sleep paralysis. They have a rocking chair in their bedroom, and I don't know why they do. That's literally the first thing to get haunted, if anything. Like, why? Either way, one night they were laying on their bed, unable to move, and they looked at the chair. There was a pale grey woman on the chair with blonde hair who was crying her eyes out while—
Look at those eyes, bro. Oh my god. Blood. Look at the black blood dripping down from the eyes. Hold on, let me. I can make my eyes look like this. Hold on.
staring at the storyteller, and while she was crying her eyes out, she was also pulling out her insides. The person closed their eyes and they were trying everything to not see this right now, and then they felt this heavy pressure on their chest. They opened their eyes and saw this woman sitting on their chest, pulling out her inner organs. The storyteller was so terrified they peed themselves, and mind you, they were 20 years old at the time. I can't even
I might pee myself.
imagine the horror this person must have been going through. And I always think, honestly, why I said it was relatable is because I always think my chair with a bunch of laundry on top is a person in the dark. Yeah. And I know a lot of other people get scared of that as well. So I was like, oh my god, hashtag relatable. But with
that was cringe. But yeah, that's facts. Like we're all little kids, bro. You're looking. I mean, this still happens when we're adults. Sleeping on your bed, bro, cozy, tucked under those sheets. You know, fapping your meat. You look at the fucking corner of the chair, man. There's a goddamn bunch of clothes piled up, and it looks like a goddamn monster ready to tickle your little ass.
That's not relatable. Please. Filling our number 7 slot is Gracie's mom, not to be confused with Stacy's mom. Reddit user Rakis11 shared the story of how when she was 5 years old she had her first ever nightmare, but things didn't really end even after she woke up. In her dream she was at her friend Gracie's house and they were drawing on her deck with chalk, and mind you, she lived on a cliff near the seaside. Views for days. Either way, Gracie's mom came out and yelled at the girls for drawing on the deck, and then her mom started turning into something evil. She was getting uglier and uglier, and her skin had just changed shades like 4 times. The user could see this happening, but Gracie had no idea what was going on. Either way, the mum realizes the user knows she's evil and throws them both off the cliff, and that's when she woke up.
Do cliffs like this actually exist? Like, this is like, to think this is all fucking, well, I mean, it looks like an ocean, but like, to think this is just like fog, or like the, oh my god, what the fuck?
Now a few weeks pass after the stream, and then one day Gracie isn't at school. Apparently Gracie had drowned in the pool at her house, and her parents had filled the pool in, got divorced, and moved straight away, which is sus as hell. Either way, 8 years later, the user's brother, who wasn't even born at the time—
Who casually says sus? Do people like casually say that shit? Who the fuck casually just says sus?
Time of the incident was just walking on a trail near Gracie's old house, and he goes, Gracie says hello. The user was like, what are you talking about, Cam? And all he said was, the wet girl. The user never told her brother about Gracie. He had no idea it even happened. But I feel like her dream about the evil mum had something to do with what really happened. Like, it's just too suspicious for like a couple's kid to die and then quickly just like fill up the pool and just move away. Like, it's something just not sing right with me. Now at number 6 is The Mask. This one was shared by an anonymous person who said one night he was watching TV in bed when out of nowhere his TV just went black. Despite turning it on from the remote a bunch of times, it just wasn't working, which was weird since this had never happened before. Either way, while trying to get it to work, he ended up falling asleep. He started feeling this huge pressure on his chest, and his face was getting pushed to look at the wall. Now something or someone was grabbing his face and turning it to face the ceiling now with such force he thought his jawbone was about to break. When he opened his eyes in this state, he saw this massive black figure on top of him with a mask as a face that—
oh my god, what the fuck? Spooky. Terrifying.
Was fixed in the creepiest smile. But it wasn't even a proper mask, the thing had just drawn it on itself. It puts its finger on the guy's lips and just says shh. He then literally—
is that what's his name? Fucking, what's that motherfucker? That billionaire? Is that Zuckerberg, bro? Tell me this doesn't look like Zuckerberg's sleep paralysis demon, bro. Going on Facebook, tickle tickle.
Fainted from fear, and when he woke up he made a beeline for his mum's room. And honestly, as any honest adult, I would do the same. No shame. Go to mommy's room straight away. She can protect you from all. Now coming in at number 5 is The Darkness. Now this one's from Redditor The Pixel Mouse, who has this recurring dream about a creature she dubbed The Darkness. The monster appears in 2 forms. The first is in human form at a crowded place like a mall for example, and she won't even realize it's there until it starts appearing everywhere around her, and then everyone else just disappears. At this point the darkness starts running at her in super speed, and as soon as it grabs her, she wakes up. In the second rarer form, she'll randomly be in a room in her house, and as she goes into another room, it'll go dark straight away, and she'll know she's about.
What's the matter, little thinkers? Jeepers creepers.
To get royally screwed over. Like, at least she's self-aware. She knows it's happening. She knows it's coming. Even if she tries to escape this dark room, she gets pulled back in, so she just literally closes her eyes, waits for the darkness to grab her, and then she wakes up. The only thing she knows about its form is that it has long, sharp fingers, because that's all she's ever really touched. Man's eyes are closed for the rest of the time, so the monster could literally take any true form. None of us will ever know. At number 4 is the little girl. This one's from Reddit user Pretends He Knows Stuff, who said one summer a few years ago he had a super high fever and sleep paralysis, which is probably the shittiest combo ever. Throw diarrhea into the mix and then it'd really be the shittiest combo. Pun
What?
intended. Anyway, that night he had a dream that everyone he knew was crying over this little girl, and when he got close to her he realized why. The girl was missing half of her face, and the guy said what a shame to her, and all of a sudden the room went grey. I love how this girl's face is half missing and all he said was what a shame. Like, you can come up with something better than that. Anyway, in this grey room he wakes up and sees the girl inches from his face, and all she keeps saying is "you did this to me." Except after saying it a bunch of times, she's not a little girl anymore, now she's like an elderly woman, and then that woman goes and jumps on his chest. Like, grandma's into acrobatics lately. The guy thought his lungs were burning up, and he claims that he actually prays every day still that that dream never happens to him again. May God be with you.
May God be with you all.
Number 3 slot is the spider. This one was shared by an anonymous user who said they dreamt they were walking through a wasteland, probably from Fallout. The game Fallout, if you guys know it, you probably do. Either way.
I played Vegas. That one was shit. Fallout, I never liked Fallout, bro. I always thought Fallout was lame as shit. I'm gonna be for real. I never was a Fallout person.
They were with a group of people they didn't know, and everything was a weird shade of either green or black. Like, no other color even existed in the stream. Either way, they entered into a ruined building and they found someone crouched down on the ground with their back to them. For some weird dream logic reason, the person just knew they knew the person who was crouching down. They were so—
Look at that zombie, oh my god. Look at that rib cage.
relieved, and as they went to touch the crouched person on the shoulder, everything became slow motion, like they were underwater almost. As they touched the person's shoulder, everything became normal speed again, and they turned around to look at each other. Except this person, they didn't know them. The person had one eye, and instead of having an iris or pupils or even white, it was just a freaking spider as an eye. A black spider, and the bits that should have been white were green. The person literally jumped awake, and only when they were awake did they realize that thing was their sister. 20 years on, they remember the dream in such vivid detail, which goes to show how much it really scarred them. I hate insects, so if I saw a Cyclops person with a spider for an eye, I would—
Love insects. I love frogs. Rip it, rip it. There was a cute little frog outside my barn door the last night, bro. I swear, bro, that's one of my worst fears, bro, is accidentally stepping on, like, some cute insect, bro. If I stepped on, like, a frog, I would cry. I would cry. Like, frogs are so cute, man. It was, like, one of those little ones. I know some are poisonous, but, like, I tried getting him. Like, I wanted to get him, like, fucking— You know what I should have did? I should have put water in my hand and see if he would have, like, drank out of it. It would have been the cutest thing ever. But, yeah.
I would offer myself. There's no hope for me now. Done with it. I don't want to be on this planet anymore. Now at number 2 is the Twart Banshee. So this also came from an anonymous person, and they recalled 2 slightly linked dreams that they had when they were 7 years old and one right now. In the first dream, they were laying in bed trying to sleep. Bored, they were like, let me just look at the shadows on my wall.
I'm the boy in the striped pajamas.
Till I fall asleep. But the more they noticed the shadows, the faster the shadows started moving until they fully came off the wall.
Look at that sleep paralysis demon, bro. Oh my god. He's ready to haunt my insides.
Walls. They started tugging at the person's feet, and all of a sudden 3 toddlers climbed onto the bed, and if that wasn't creepy enough, they all had glowing yellow eyes. Like, great, honestly, what else can go wrong? Love it. Simultaneously, the 3 babies let out the most high-pitched scream the person had ever heard before pulling them off the bed. And that was the first dream, which all in all was horrific but doable. Years and years later, the person had another dream. They were walking to the bathroom to get something from their their cabinet, and as soon as they closed it, they hear the same high-pitched scream that the toddlers had let out all those years ago. When the person looked into the mirror on the cabinet, they saw that the bathtub behind them was full of blood, and a little girl was standing in the middle of it holding a freaking knife. Now the person who was looking
freaking knife.
at this started fainting in slow motion, and as they were falling, everything just started glitching and distorting, and the girl in the tub was just smiling and smiling as she moved towards the person. I just have to take a few deep breaths to digest this story. Even though I've already read it since I've written about it, I still need to digest it again because that was too much. And finally, at number 1 is the basement. According to 𝐈𝐭'𝐬, which is this girl's username, when she was 8 years old, she used to have this recurring dream that wouldn't stop for months. She even forced herself to stay awake for 3 whole days just so she wouldn't have to see this dream again. And
doesn't your brain start eating itself after 3 days without sleep? How do you go 3 days without sleep? Oh my god. That's horrible. Dude, I know here's the good thing about our body. Like, usually I'm pretty sure like it gets to a point where like you kind of have to go to sleep. Like you're forced to go to sleep. Like it's kind of like you run out of fuel. But I know there's some people that like force against it and they die. Like that's stupid as fuck. I know there's a disease that like stops you from actually goddamn fuck, what was I gonna say? There's a disease that literally keeps you goddamn awake, terrifying.
Honestly, if that doesn't set this story up well, nothing will. Now in her dream, she's in her basement with her sisters getting something to drink when all of a sudden her sisters' faces just start getting really weird. Their noses and mouths start shrinking and their eyes take up 90% of their face. The girl starts screaming and running up the stairs, but the sister creatures grab her neck and pull her down the stairs. By the time she's fallen down all these stairs and reached the bottom, one of the sister creatures pulls her up from the neck. When the girl looks at the creature, her face becomes oddly normal and human, except it's not human. She seems to have like another layer of skin on top of her face, and before the 𝐈𝐭'𝐬 can even figure out what the hell is going on, the creature starts screaming like a demon, and all she can do is scream out of fear in response. The dream was so bad that the first time she had it, her mum told her she screamed for 3 hours straight before waking up. And that last bit really got to me because like how terrified you have to be to like literally be screaming 3 hours when you're unconscious. It's getting me in the feels, it's making me feel a type of way. And that's it for today's video, guys.
Well guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. We're one of those scary people only see in dreams. Which must terrify you. Enjoy scary content. These are more scary videos if you just to do. I'll see you next one. Peace.
Extra large money.